Energy consumption is the biggest factor contributing to global warming. We all know this. So naturally, using energy wisely is key. Electricity provider PowerStream has created the Learn to Conserve workshop to help residents find ways to reduce electricity usage in their home.
Thank you very much again for the people that just arrived. I want to welcome you.
The workshop is broken down into 3 segments. The first part of the evening addresses hidden energy consumers in the house and provides easy tips that residents can implement to cut down unnecessary electricity consumption.
A lot of energy consumers, especially in the wintertime. If anybody has baseboard electric heating, that's definitely a big energy consumer in the home. Another daily consumer that people use is their dryer. So you have to be mindful of making sure that if you can, use a full load. And we really recommend that you actually hand dry your clothes if possible on a line inside the home, or at least maybe just fluff them a little bit dry and then hang them to dry for the bulk. Makes a big difference. Another great thing to do is dimmer switches. So in other words, you don't always have to have your lights on full wattage. You can actually, for most of the day or evening, have your lights on a more dim level. Still get a lot of nice ambiance in the home, but you're saving power.
PowerStream offers a free program available through the local libraries in their service areas that allow customers to loan out both power monitors and watt readers to gauge the electricity use in their home. The Power Monitor is a 2-part device that comes with installation instructions. One part attaches to the meter outside of the home, and the handheld Power Monitor display is brought into the home.
That shows customers, once they put in the rates that they want to use, they actually shows in real time what your whole home is using. So what a great way to actually see what everything is using, whether it be the furnace fan coming on, that old second fridge kicking in, maybe your dryer's on. Get an idea of the fluctuations within your home, and then you can make the changes accordingly. Again, it's a great program. It's free to all PowerStream customers through a loan out from the library.
The other tool that can be loaned out is the watt reader.
The watt reader will actually show you one appliance at a time what you're using. So if you have that old fridge, second fridge in the basement, and you're really wondering how much power it's using, instead of guessing, you could actually bring this unit home, plug it into the watt reader, set the rates, and plug it into your socket, and maybe leave it in for about 10 days and really get an idea of how much it's using and how much it's costing you, and then make the changes if you see fit.
A huge consumer of energy in the home is the stove. To reduce the need for this appliance, the Learn to Conserve workshop offers classes in microwave cooking.
Microwave cooking retains more nutrients than any other cooking method, even over steaming, which sounds interesting in the sense that steaming doesn't.
In conjunction with the microwave, toaster ovens are a great complement instead of using your full oven.
Another aspect of the workshop addresses an area that customers have plenty of questions about, which is the newly introduced time of use rates.
Yeah, time of use rates, it's a structure that's been set up essentially in the province. It's designed to elicit conservation, basically. Its idea is to create a culture of conservation, so whereas the customers that are using their power during on-peak periods unfortunately pay a little bit more money than they would pay during mid-peak or an off-peak. The idea is to try and shift as much load as possible to off-peak periods. So the idea is because during critical peak periods, the cost of power in the province is very expensive. So if we can get customers to move into more of an off-peak period, such as weekends or after 9 o'clock in the evening, we can actually reduce the cost as our provincial cost for electricity. So it helps everybody in the province.
Currently, off-peak hours are between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. and on weekends.
Yeah, unfortunately during critical peak periods, that's why we want to move people off of those peak periods, because what's happening is that generation typically comes from coal and natural gas, most expensive and the dirtiest fuel that's out there right now. Off-peak periods, typically it's hydraulic, water generated, and also through wind and other aspects of the greener environmental, run continuously when the wind's blowing, of course. But we want to get the green initiative. We're trying to get electricity from better sources, but critical peak periods are generally coal.
The Learn to Conserve workshops are free and held on a monthly basis. You must pre-register because seats do fill up quickly. To find out when and where the next workshop is, please visit our website for details.